Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet, and today the ethics of information. Last Friday night, someone was shot in our community. They were shot 2 streets over, and I have an interesting responsibility, a kind of perplexing responsibility associated with these events, because I was presented the police case file information, and if I wanted to do additional research, I could look into what actually occurred here, police reports, what have you, various witness statements, all that kind of stuff. But in providing this information to me, the individual who provided it said that this information shouldn't be conveyed to the community because I guess there's a general concern that there might be some vigilante action, or at least if the information associated with where this shooting took place comes out, that there would be some other negative thing. And in being provided the information, I was also provided with this, do not release this information to the community. My ethical perspective is relatively simple here. If someone gets injured or killed, worse, based on this information not being in the community and I've been presented this information, then I feel a really strong ethical responsibility associated with this thing. So my choice was not to actually engage with any of the information that's presented, and instead, by not interacting with this information, continue to have the knowledge that the local community has associated with this incident. I have a relatively basic set of ethical standards associated with this kind of information. I'm probably somewhat unique in this, or at least, I don't know. I just feel out of the norm in terms of even having a means of dealing with this information. But having said that, I feel having full information here is too much responsibility if I can't act based on the information. And given the wide variety of problems that this community faces, I just don't feel comfortable knowing what others can't know in these circumstances. In the scheme of things, it has added a certain degree of stress to my day-to-day, and my hope is that more of the information will become public so I can consume that, as opposed to this rather curious private information that I'm not accessing or spending any more time with. And that's the way I'm dealing with the circumstance. But I wanted to put it out in the Short Funk listening audience just to give a perspective associated with how my own curious particular form of ethics relate to this kind of information. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.